Okay, welcome to a new episode. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh. Here we go. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, raw and uncut. Welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a doubleheader post-fight of the last UFC card and a pre-fight with predictions for this coming UFC card. So, quick rundown of UFC 267. Teixeira versus Blachowicz. To kick off the main card in light heavyweight division, we had Magomed Ankalaev defeat Volkan Ozdemir decision unanimous. This was pretty much a blowout, one-sided fight. Magomed is the real deal at light heavyweight, and I said it on my pre-fight. Then in the welterweight division, we had Khamzat Chimaev defeat Ling Jingliang, technical submission, rear naked choke, round one. Like I said, this was going to be a blowout too, right about that one. Then in the heavyweight division, we had Alexander Volkov defeat Marcin Tybura, decision unanimous. Now, I did not see that coming. I picked Marcin in my pre-fight by fairly decent margin, and Alexander's stopped the winning streak of Marcin and looked good doing so. I mean, it wasn't the most flashy win, but it was a clean win for Alexander and puts him back in title contention, essentially, in the heavyweight division. Then in the lightweight division, we have Islam Makhachev defeat Dan Hooker, submission Kimura, round one. This was a very dominant, clean win against a tough, durable, top-ranked guy in Dan Hooker. Islam says that he wants the title shot now, but I think, let Gaethje versus Chandler winner get the title shot. I say give Islam one more fight against a top 5 guy, and we'll see where he goes from there. But I think if he beats the top 5 guy now, you got to give him a title shot. So I say he's one win away from a title shot. Then in the bantamweight division, we had Pietro Yan defeat Corey Sandhagen decision unanimous. Now, when I first saw this fight, I thought Corey Sandhagen should get the nod here, but then I looked at the stats and I thought about it and really thought about those I believe it was rounds 3 and 4. It was close, but Yan, I think, did win this fight overall. Barely, not the most dominant performance of his career, but dominant enough where if I had to swing one way or the other and look at stats, I would give it to Yan. So decision unanimous, and it was 49-46 across all 3 judges. Then in the main event in the light heavy, that was for the interim bantamweight, UFC interim bantamweight title, by the way. And so Yan is your new UFC interim bantamweight champion, and it's going to be an interesting fight to see how he rematches against Sterling. Then in the main event in the light heavyweight division for the UFC light heavyweight title, we had Glover Teixeira defeat Jan Blachowicz to become your new UFC light heavyweight champ. Defeat him submission round 2, rear naked choke. Looked very impressive doing so, and I can't wait to see more of Glover and what he does with that belt. Now going on to UFC 268. To kick off the main card in the lightweight division, we have Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. This is babyface from WSOF versus babyface of Bellator, essentially, who are both now in the UFC going at it. And this is going to be a very fun, exciting fight. This fight could go either way, but I'm going to go with Justin Gaethje here. There's a part of me that wants to pick Michael Chandler, but I mean, this fight, it could go either way, so I'll give 51% chance Justin Gaethje gets it done. But it's a close one. I mean, either guy could knock the other guy out. One guy could shoot for a single leg. mix things up, land leg kicks. I mean, who knows? The sky's the limit with this fight, but I think fireworks will explode with this fight. So I'm picking Justin Gaethje. I'll say second round knockout. Then, no, actually I'll say third round knockout. Okay, then in the featherweight division we have Shane Burgos versus Billy Cointe, and I'm going to go Shane Burgos here by decision. I think he just outpoints Billy here en route to a decision victory. Then in the bantamweight division we have Frankie the Answer Edgar versus Marlon Vera, and I'm going to go with Marlon Vera here. I think overall he's looked better overall in his last several fights. And I'm going to pick Marlon Vera by knockout. I think he knocks out Frankie Edgar. I'll say round 3. I think he needs to wear him out first in those first 2 rounds, and then he finishes him in the 3rd round. So 3rd round knockout for Marlon Vera in my picks. Then in the women's strawweight division for the UFC women's strawweight title, and we have a rematch. Rose now coming in as champ in the rematch against Zhang Weili, or Weili Zhang, however you want to say it. And the first fight I picked Zhang. This fight I'm picking Rose. And the reason why I'm picking Rose is because of Trevor Whitman, and I think the experience, and I think Zhang is just stunned that she lost, and you know, she's surrendering herself with good coaches and Henry Cejudo helping her train for this fight. But I think Rose gets it done here, and I think this time, so I think the first fight had an early stoppage. This fight won't. Yeah, that first fight, it shouldn't have ended with a stoppage like that. I think Zhang should have had a chance to recoup for a few seconds, then call it off. But yeah, if she didn't recoup. But anyways, I'm gonna go with Rose, and I'll say I think this fight lasts a little longer, but I think I'll go with Rose, like 4th round knockout. Then in the main event for the UFC welterweight title of the world, we have Kamaru Usman, the UFC welterweight champ, going in defending against former UFC interim welterweight champ Colby Chaos Covington. This one, I am picking Usman. I think I picked Usman in the first fight, but yeah, this one I'm picking Usman. And I think this time there's not going to be any big controversy. I think he knocks him out in the, I'll say 2nd or 3rd round. I'll say third round. I think he gets it done a little quicker this time. I think it just, again, Trevor Whitman, his boxing, and ever since Usman's aligned himself with Trevor Whitman, seems like his boxing's only gotten better and better and better. And I think Covington can eat a couple hard shots, but I think over a couple rounds he'll get worn out, and Usman will just be pushing that pace, and it's going to be overwhelming, and Colby's going to be shooting for takedowns that aren't going to be there because Usman has good wrestling and great takedown defense. So I'm going to go with Usman 3rd round knockout. And now the fanboy in me wants Colby to win to see a trilogy. I think that would be very exciting and good for the welterweight division, and great for the sport, and great for both these fighters. But I think Usman gets it done here, finishes them cleaner than the first time due to the, you could argue, the early stoppage, quite possibly in that first fight. That's a big maybe. But I'm going to go with Usman 3rd round knockout here. So there you have it. There's my predictions. Stay tuned for my post-fight show as always. Until then, see ya.